What's going on, everyone? David Patrick here, and happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday, everybody. Let's see, this guy probably goes be Santa. Let's see my dad's old chair. Looks like sitting in his old chair. I like this chair a lot too. So, what I did was unloaded the dishwater, unloaded it, and so what you guys doing today on everybody's videos? There is a Galaxy Con this weekend, but I got my Great Ohio Toy Show. Man, I hope that Xenia's gonna make another one next year or two. So, yes, I watched that A Million Ways to Die in the Old West with Seth MacFarlane, and I gotta say, that movie was pretty hilarious. Instead of having Neil Patrick Harris taking a crap on those guys' hats and spilled it, I mean, that was. Ugh. I mean, Neil Patrick Harris's stomach when he was like kissing the one chick that's Seth MacFarlane's character, and Liam Neeson. Wow. Right after Batman Begins. Um, I like to be Michael L. King on YouTube. Or Matt, I should say, on YouTube. Um, water is very refreshing. So, yes, this is what my daily videos are going to be. I have not done one of these in a while, so yesterday I went to the toy department's live stream 5:30 on Friday at 5:30. I don't know, it's just that then James Sawyer does his toy reviews on YouTube. His name is Sawyer Family Reviews Channel /1989batman.net. And then check out some other YouTubers out there, such as Josh Petch, Batman1995.net, The Review Spot, Michael L. King, aka the Choice Voice. If you guys, Michael L. King is also a buddy of mine on Facebook. He's a big Transformers movie fanatic, just like I am. And then subscribe to Ben Lawrence. Go subscribe to Matt and Romo, the one I was joining the live chat with. Go subscribe to them on YouTube. If not, and don't forget to subscribe to the Martin family, Mommy 05, Daddy 05, and I like to get a quick shout out to Mr. Ben Lawrence, who is the biggest Treasure Planet fan in the world. And then I'd like to give a quick shout out to New Chama Having, or I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name on YouTube that does the New Chama Having 88. Your videos are super awesome. Keep up the good work. Go check him out on YouTube. And Aaron's Movie Corner. And also, I watch Andrew Movie Corner's Bugs Life comparisons. And I mean, Bugs Life's really. Bugs. I like to say this. Bugs Life is one of those movies that people say is the weakest. Is it because of Hopper? Is it because of Flick? Is it because of Dot? Or is it because of the characters? Um, also like to give a quick shout out to what's the one person's name? Uh, Cool Stanley as well that did the Toys R Us video. Him and Ben Lawrence, and also Ben Lawrence. If you're watching this, what are you gonna do? When are you gonna go back making live stream on YouTube? And I'm gonna give a quick shout out to myself on YouTube. And I'd like to give also a quick shout out to Dark Spider David on YouTube. And then Cinema Cygnus as well. Movie Holic, Aaron. All those people that Cinema Cygnus knows. Go follow Muppet stuff on Instagram or YouTube. Um, Muppet Chris is a big fan of a lot of you. I mean, he has Sesame Street, Muppets, everything you name it. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Cinema Cygnus. He does Titanic VHS, Spice Girls, bunch of DVDs, and but I rather just I rather watch Michael L. King, the voice, like, and Michael L. King out there. If you're watching this, my man, on I'm gonna shoot this video on YouTube soon. But what'll be cool? Are you interested in the Transformers: Rise of the Beasts? I know Dave Patrick is. I know David Scott Patrick is. Um, don't get me wrong, I never get tired of Transformers. Yes, so, I mean, yes, Transformers. I like the Transformers animated cartoon from 2007 to 2009. If you guys ever seen that show, go out and check it out. Transformers Legacy. Now, it's about 4:21 a.m. in the morning. I am not really tired on Saturdays or Sundays. I slept yesterday, most likely yesterday, but so Transformers Legacy Collection. So we're gonna get animated Optimus Prime. Uh, how are they gonna get the mold for that Optimus? Are they gonna use a brand new mode, or are they gonna use the old mode? I don't know. But so what else I was gonna say? Oh yes, yes. Um, I have not watched Halloween Ends or Black Adam. Uh, what's another one? Strange World, the menu that just came out. But isn't people really getting tired of DC new move? Well, I know this is gonna make The choice voice, aka Michael L. King, and also uh, oh yes yes, who was the other YouTuber? There was a guy that has Batman pajamas. I can't remember their names, and a woman and another lady were doing the audio commentary of Batman and Robin. I like to give them a quick shout out. I like to give everyone on YouTube a quick shout out as well. Um, so, DC and Marvel, are they really gonna make more money out of these movies? Like, Shazam's gonna be the next one, but oh god, man, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, okay, so let's talk about Matrix 4. I mean, that movie was completely garbage, terrible. I watched it on TV, and Lawrence Fishburne didn't come back because I think he was like done with the trilogy and such. And the new one that uh, Michael would review on YouTube, if you guys ever checked his movie review or Matt's review, I like to give a quick shot. I like I like to say this about the Matrix 4. Wasn't a big fan. I think it was a cash grab. And I think it was one of those sequels. I mean, it was just terrible. And let's talk about Aladdin with Will Smith. Now, people say like they should have called the movie Jasmine. First of all, why do we need a Jasmine story? Like, couldn't we get a villain, like a villain backstory? But I rather watch the cartoon of Aladdin, the 1992 movie, than watch the live action movie. I'm sorry to say that, guys, but I think Robin Williams did a better genie than Will Smith. Don't get me wrong, I like Will Smith in Men in Black, all three of the Men in Black movies, Wild Wild West, because a lot of people hated Wild Wild West. I like, I only like Suicide Squad. I thought it was a another waste. But Shark Tale, another good Will Smith. I mean, there's just so many of his movies. And if you compare Robin Williams, You Have Never Had a Friend Like Me, to Will Smith's version, if you take the Robin Williams, it was about 40 days, ain't 90 times to pay. You'll see, the band, and then Will Smith's version, he starts like, like, but I know. So why couldn't we get Aladdin 4 Jafar may need glasses? If you guys don't know, in a Family Guy episode, Stewie sued Disney direct-to-video sequels, and he grabs a DVD copy, Aladdin 4 Jafar may need glasses, and man, that would be a perfect movie in a Disney. I mean, Disney's like same thing with that Lightyear movie. Don't don't get me wrong, but the Starkman cartoon never gets a lot of like. The Starkman cartoon was probably the Buzz Lightyear that everybody knows and love. Well, the Toy Story Buzz. Everybody really enjoys the Toy Story movies. For me, I like the first one. I like the second one. I like the Buzz Lightyear Starkman direct to video, the three pilot movie, and the TV series. Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, I kind of see like, okay, so people say that Toy Story 3 should have ended. Well, if they ended how are they gonna get Bo Peep back? Like, see, that really bugs me. Like when people say like Toy Story 3, it could have ended perfectly. So when 4 came out, a lot of people didn't really like 4, but for me, I thought 4 was really good, interesting, and I'm gonna say this. Okay, okay. So, my biggest concern, I'm just gonna say this, I really wasn't a big fan of The Lion King 2019 or Teen Titans Go. Let's just say that those two, I mean, Disney never gets a chance to, like, Disney never did a chance to get Woody's movie, like Woody's Roundup. Like Disney and Pixar, if you guys hearing this, make a Woody's Roundup movie. And back when Buzz Lightyear Starkman came out on TV, they had Club Buzz at Disneyland. Okay, so before I get into that, I just like to say that anybody that's when I post this on YouTube, does anybody a fan of like uh, Kiss? I know, I know my friends are a big fan of Kiss. Me and my dad, Chris Lester, Alf, we are big Kiss fans, and Scooby Doo. I think they should have canceled Be Cool Scooby Doo. Uh, so, all 4 Toy Story movies are going to be on FX today. Well, actually, later on today at 3. Or no, wait, 5. Or no, wait, 4 o'clock in the afternoon tonight. So, and then, what's another story I was going to tell you? Oh, yes. You know how most people say, like Batman Begin, or no wait, Batman Returns was good, but when Joe Schumacher, they said, but Joe Schumacher, he's a really good director. I like his Batman movies. I definitely like Nolan's movies. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like the 3 Nolan movies. I know. Yes, I know. People always like. I know people like The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, but a lot of people didn't really like the last one with Bane. And when I watched it, I thought it was enjoyable. I don't understand the whole hate behind it, like, and then people say like Christian Bale's voice was like sound like a cyber, like when he talks like this at the end of the last one. And I watched the Choice Voice and uh, Matt's review on them, and they did not like the movie. If they respect, I see, I see why Matt is not a big fan of Nolan's films. But I just like to say, I watched every time I watch his reviews. I watched his Christmas Story review on YouTube, and I know if he is gonna watch this, but I'll save that for another time. But then we get into Ben Affleck. Now let's talk about the Hellboy movies. By far, I really like the first 2 Guillermo del Toro movies. I met Ron Perlman and Doug Jones at Horror Hound Festival in Sharonville. Ron Perlman and Doug Jones were the nicest guys on the planet. And then in 2019, we get a reboot. And man, the reboot was terrible. And people say, like, uh, what did I notice? David Harbour's Hellboy to me was nothing like Perlman's performance as the character because Ron Perlman knows how to act like Hellboy. Like, take the first movie, for example, in 2004. And when Cinema Sickness watched it, he said he enjoyed it, and when he post the Hellboy 2019, and he said that the first two didn't not have enough action in it, and he said that he likes the new one. I was like, oh my god, man. And National Critics Review on Hellboy 2 The Golden Army. Where's the first movie? Doug Stalker, is that his name? Doug Stalker? Hello, I'm the National Critic guy. Remember, so you don't have to. I mean, that's just... I don't know, it's just that one day review Hellboy 2004. The 2004 movie. And Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire. You know who's not a big fan of those movies? I said it again, Matt. You know, the guy with the glasses, the hat, drinks smelly yellow. So, he doesn't like number 3. Yes, I know, 3 gets a lot of hate behind it. Don't get me wrong, I got the toys from Spider-Man 3, but still, I really enjoyed the Tobey Maguire movies. I think people really needs to, like, especially those cameramen that takes pictures of Tobey Maguire. I'm just gonna say this, leave the guy alone, man. I mean, well, I know Matt's gonna, like, if I post this on YouTube, like, and then, you know, Andrew Garfield, and I'm sorry to say this, guys, but I'd rather watch The Sopranos than that Zendaya show that they made on HBO. Man, I'd rather watch The Sopranos because, man, that show was phenomenal. And then we got a movie, and then... So let's get back to the Hellboy films. Amish directors, I like to give them a quick shout out too. Reviewing the Toy Story movies. Also like to give a quick shout out to Dark Spider David, aka David Ortega, who is a fan of Batman, Spider-Man, Transformers. And let's see. Who's another quick shout out I like to give out to? Let's see. Oh, what's the other? Figures on YouTube. That's a big fan of Harvey Two-Face. Has like a collection of Two-Face. And then I like to give a quick shout out to Geek. That him, Eric, and their buddy that watches all the Batmans and stuff like that. So, and I also like to give a quick shout out to James Sawyer, the Toy Department's James Sawyer on YouTube, you know that. And I like to give another quick shout out to Ron Perlman, Doug Jones, Summer Blair, Guillermo del Toro, that did all the Hellboy movies. The first 2, I should say. The last one has problems. I mean, the last one has like uh, a lot of issues with it. I watched the movie in the theater and I was like, oh my god, man, what have they done to this? And I'm kind of really glad they ain't gonna do another one of those. Because I know that people are gonna say, like, so how come Promo didn't want to do the third one? And that's the question I did not want to ask him at the Horror Hound Festival in Sharonville. Is that I don't know, it's just that I don't want to I did not ask him about the remake, because don't get me wrong, I still think that Ron Perlman is probably the best Hellboy in comic book makeup. Or no wait, the best comic book actor that plays the comic book character from the Dark Horse comics. And Guillermo del Toro and Mike Mignola that created those two movies, they also Tad Stone that helped direct those Hellboy animated movies. He also did the Buzz Lightyear Star Command cartoon. And would be cool, Tad Stone or Guillermo del Toro and Mike Mignola, if if or Guillermo del Toro, would it be cool if they had your first two movies on PS2, PlayStation 2, I should say, and then you could have like cutscenes from the movie, and I mean, it'd be an interesting idea. And then let's talk about Terminator, the films. The first one I really enjoy. The second one I really enjoy. Third one, Terminator Salvation with Crispin Bale. Now that's the only Terminator movie I really like watching because of Bale. The first three in Terminator Salvation, I did not like Dark Fate or Terminator Genesis. And you guys out there, tell me, which Terminator do you like in the franchise? I know Matt's. Let's see. What's another good story? Uh, okay, so let's talk about Nintendo 64 to movies that never made to Nintendo 64 games. Let's talk about Osmosis Jones. Now, that movie never had a Nintendo 64 game release, or PS2, but they got the Ozzy and Drix Game Boy. And here's the thing. What is it with game 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 companies such as Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, like, how can we never get an Osmosis in a game form? I mean, the TV show got it, but what was the original PS2 or N64 bosses was gonna look like? They got Batman Beyond Return, the Joker, I don't know, Space Jam, but okay, you know how Space Jam New Legacy was gonna say, like, they were gonna put Osmosis Jones characters into the movie? Well, fans, they lied to you. Because, I wonder, I don't know what it is, but I'd rather watch the first Space Jam, but I'm just drinking me water because I don't really. I drink pop, but let's see, what's another good story to talk about? I like to say this. When I watched my favorite movies, or Osmos, I mean, you guys already know my top movies, but let's just say, bros, that is such a, a weird cringe poster to have two guys holding their own butt cheeks? Who comes up with this poster idea? So we're gonna call the movie Bros and have two guys holding their two butt cheeks. Oh, I'm like, oh my god, man, that's just weird. So, I kind of find it funny is that in Tommy Boy, David Spade's Richard sees a girl. Oh, those are real. And then in Black Sheep, I think, man, I hope we get another Wayne's World movie, man. I mean, we got three. We got three of every sequel. So, I don't know. It's just that I don't really know if anybody knows about videos nowadays, or VCRs, DVD players, 4Ks, Blu-rays. Find out on another episode of Black Man Returns. And I also like to give a quick shout out to McJuggernuggets, Jesse Widgway, Ashley May. I like to give a quick shout out to Jeff, aka Psycho Dad, on YouTube. Sorry for saying that word, Mr. Jeff Ridgway, on YouTube. Out of the cameraman, Jesse, which cameraman do you like better? Do you miss Corn, Swift, Parker, or Yum Yum that your Uncle Chris calls Corn like corn drum in the woods? I gotta find that hilarious about McJuggernuggets. And if you guys ever know what McJuggernuggets is, or Jesse Ridgway, he's a YouTuber. Go watch his videos. His brother Jeffrey is a big Batman fan. I noticed that when him and his family were dressing up for Halloween. And I think Jesse was Heath Ledger's Joker. Jeffrey was Adam West's Batman. Jeff Ridgway was the Hulk, and the mother was the Tooth Fairy. And I kind of really find that probably the awesome video that they made. But okay, let's talk about another video that cracks me up. When Jesse and Ashley watches that Family Guy episode, and they always hear Swift doing that. And also, I like to get a quick shout out to Larry's Lounge. But let's go back to Swift. Like Swift, if you're watching this, Jesse and Ashley was like, no talking in the theater. Like, Swift, shut up. Oh yes, Dom as well. Parker. Man, I kind of really miss, what's the other cameraman? Kim Behind the Camera, Bridget West. Man, don't get me wrong, Mr. Kim Behind the Camera, Michael Green, and Bridget West. I'm happy for you guys. I miss Angry Grandpa, Lauren, out there. And then one of my favorite videos on Angry Grandpa, and I like to give an shout out to Angry Grandma and Jake, the grandson of hers, that you're playing Boom 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 from Gary Clark, from BB King. Jake, the grandson of Angry Grandma, you're playing a BB King Bluesville. And D-Crack, yes, I like to give a quick shout out to him as well. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers I really like to watch. But let's let's go into Parker. And also I like to give a quick shout out to Boogie2988, also known as Francis. what really what really makes me laugh about the Francis, that the character that Boogie plays, it kind of reminds me of Francis, the guy bug from A Bug's Life. Because if you take Francis, the red and black guy bug, oh yes, I like to also give another quick shout out to TJ Omega for being a Transformers fan. And I like to give a quick shout out to Luke Kelly and also Panda Prime and also my best friend in California, Dave DeSuss. Probably I like to give JRJ Seuss. Oh man, what's Jonathan Eisenhower. I like to give those guys a quick shout out. And I also like to give a quick shout out to my new member in the family, China and Kayla. They got married. I'm really proud of them. I'm really am proud of them to be in. I'm really glad that. Okay, Corn. So you remember in the older vlogs when Jesse and Parker went go visit Boogie2988, and I remember in this vlog of theirs, like when they go to like the Bat Room, and I know Boogie's also a big fan of Batman. I know he likes to play video games. He loves his Mountain Dew too. Don't forget, he loves his Mountain Dew. I mean, I really like watching those videos of McJuggernuggets. And you know how his dad, Jeff, always says, Swift, get that camera off me. 'Cause, Swift, you gotta respect for the man, so get that camera off of him. So, that's the reason why I wanted to make this video shout outs. But, I really enjoy watching YouTubers, and I also like watching and I like to give a quick shout out to Lola Tunes, Sarah, Elson, Justin off of Instagram, Sony Nicole, Candace that plays DJ Channer. Sorry to hear about Bob Saget. And also I like what's the other guy's name? That plays Aladdin in the 1992 movie Aladdin. And so yes, I really love watching a bunch of YouTubers. That makes me laugh a lot. Especially oh man, what's that one that what's that one that Boogie was like telling well, Ashley and Jesse Ridgway, I'm happy for you guys. You guys will be a good couple. I really But the questions that I asked them, like Christmas Story, she's not a big fan of the film. But yes. So I really am. I really enjoy watching YouTubers. The names I just mentioned. I mean, there's a lot of other YouTubers. And I'd like to get a quick shout out to my closest friend on Facebook, Mr. Tom Cito and Pete Kroon, the guys that did Osmosis Jones. Man, those guys know how to make that movie a masterpiece. So if you guys remember that old Inside of the Body Fantastic Voyage, I don't know if you guys ever had me review that, but I'll do a review on that at some point when I get my Fantastic Voyage on DVD. I like to watch that. And I like to say that Osmosis Jones got the expired by this. And let's see. Oh, yes. James Hilton. I like to give a quick shout out to my friends on Facebook and Instagram. Lee Arnold, big fan of Thrax. If you guys already don't know who Lee Arnold is, he or she is a big fan of Thrax. And then Aislinn Baker. And then I'll give a quick shout out to the best voice actors in a movie/TV show. I like to give a quick shout out to Chris Rock, David I. Pierce, Lawrence Fishburne, all the guys that voiced the characters in Osmosis Jones. And I also like to give a quick shout out to Phil Lamar and Jeff Bennett. So, Jeff Bennett, thank you. Dave DeSuze, thank you once again for that cameo from Jeff Bennett. And I just like to say this. Great guy. Cheers. Yeah, your family, my friends. Yeah. James Hilton, don't get me wrong. James and me were. And then I'll give another Electro Daddy out at the flea market. I like to give a quick shout out to him. Sandy, Charlie, Felix, Danny inside, Jimmy, Ernie. Those are the other guys. James, that was inside, that makes the t-shirts. The VHS and DVD dude, and then I'll give a quick shout out to Mark's Twitches at Turtle Creek, and then Matt's Twitches up in Cedars Creek, and the video game guy inside in aisle 1. And for the toy vendors, I like to give a quick shout out to the Zinnia Toy Show. That was really a good time. I wonder if they're going to continue on with this toy show in a couple years. I like to see if they're going to do this toy show again. Man, it's really disappointing that my dad didn't go. Because he died, unfortunately, folks. And this takes me probably like 5 or 10 stroll cycles to say that. Sitting in his chair, and how he knows. He was a good father to me and my mom. My mom's sleeping right now, so I'm making this video. I'm ready for the sun to come out. So, here's another concern I was going to ask you, all you people out there. Do you know what is a good... Do you know that Transformers Animated, the toys, was probably the best thing in the animated toy lines? Um, I got most all of them in the box, but I'm missing Thundercracker. Thundercracker is the only one left I'm missing in that line. So, and it's actually a prototype. And also, I'm missing Pretorius. If you guys ever remember the Mask, the animated series, Pretorius had a robotic head turned into a spider. Kind of reminds me of Babyface from Toy Story. And all of his body was like... So, yes. Before I go, I like to say Transformers Legacy Collection, Hasbro as well. Can we give us the Ironhide after you guys release Optimus? Because Ironhide's probably one of the only characters. I know we got a Cybertronian mode Ironhide in the toy line, but we never got an Earth mode Ironhide. So I think that's really why the toys never... I don't know if they were going to get more toys from Animated. I know Blackout. I know I got the Takara Tony Blackout. I know they were going to make a US Blackout. What else? Thundercracker already said. Fugitive Wasp. Vortex Blur. But I like to see some of those animated characters, Transformers animated characters, as the comic book characters, like Batman, Superman, Flash. I mean, all these good superheroes that they could get. I mean, Osmosis Jones as Transformers. Osmosis Jones's Hummer Trummer car could be a Transformer. Eh? Ozzy and Drix, they could be like driving their car, backseat their new car. They transform and their car starts talking to them and be like, wow, I never seen both of our mic. Wow, Ozzy, I did not realize that both of your cars can talk. I know, Drix. I know. Wow, they're Autobots? And then, what to say if Optimus and the team come in the city of Hector and meet Osmosis and Drix, if they could do like a crossover. Now, Kids WB, I really miss that station. I watched Tom and Jerry Tales as well. So, let's see. What time is it? 5:01? Well, I thought I'd come on here for a minute to give everyone a quick shout out. Let's see. So, I'll see you guys in the next video, probably tonight or tomorrow. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I don't want to be bored in the house. I don't want to be bored in the house, man. Because I love it. Because, alright, guys. See you guys next time. Bye bye.